So many of us have felt that confusion when someone we love or even ourselves really struggles to stay focused, organized, or manage those big feelings. It can leave a whole family feeling frustrated and wondering, what are we missing? Today, we want to better understand attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or better known as ADHD, not just as a label, but as a real experience for kids and adults. Our next guest is here to help make sense of it with supportive strategies and tips. Hannah Bookbinder is the author of Unlock Your Inner Superhero, Conquering the Challenges of ADHD. Let's welcome ADHD and Executive Functioning Skills Coach. We have Hannah Bookbinder. Good to have you, Hannah.
Thanks for having me, Desiree.
Yeah, so Hannah, how does the common misunderstanding of ADHD as a lack of effort rather than a difference in wiring keep that superhero locked up?
Well, when you're constantly faced with criticism and shame, it's kind of difficult to remember that you bring a lot of strengths to the table. And what gets lost is the fact that a lot of people who have ADHD also are some very creative problem solvers. They can think outside of the box. They are very compassionate. They know what it's like to live in a world that's not going to bend to them necessarily. So they're sometimes the very first to reach out to other people to lend support and a listening ear. So, if we can get to the point where we can recognize that, yes, there are some differences here, but there are also some very significant strengths, I think that will make a lot of headway.
Yeah, and what's the first and most powerful shift in strategy that begins to turn the key and unlock someone's confidence and control?
I think reminding them of the fact that, they are resilient. They're still standing on their own 2 feet. They've made it this far and they've learned to ask for help and advocate for themselves. So just that step alone is really powerful. And then from there, to be able to partner together and figure out how they can use their strengths to become more efficient with their time and more organized and cognizant of that follow through for themselves.
And for a young adult who has internalized years of frustration, how do you help them rediscover and believe in their own strengths? Because it might be a little bit more challenging when they're older.
So I think that in those formative years, it's really important to establish that foundation and to have these conversations and to have them directly involve themselves in the process of what are we going to do first. Let's set your priorities. Who are the people that you can surround yourself with who are going to support you? What are your goals? What are the obstacles that are going to get in the way of that, and how do we address those things so that you have a very comprehensive plan going forward? And then you have those accountability check-in points, which are really important too. First, that can take place with somebody like me who's a coach, and then eventually the onus gets put back onto the individual so that they can make sure that they can check off all of those steps and goals that they're trying to reach along the way.
Yeah, and when they reach those goals and they meet that accountability, what is the role of self-compassion in the journey of unlocking someone's potential?
I think that you have to really surround yourself with people who are going to understand who you are and what you're all about. And they having that external reminder is very helpful. And I think also being able to give yourself some grace and some flexibility, and remembering that all of us bring something to the table when it comes to the challenges that we have, whether it's a physical challenge or it's emotional or academic. Everybody is dealing with something. So this is your thing that you have to deal with. And if we can just take it one step at a time, utilizing some tools and strategies, resources, things like the book and the app that I created, all of those things can go toward forward progress.
And Hannah, what's the most dramatic transformation you've witnessed in someone who finally unlocked their inner superhero, maybe even through using your app as well?
So, one of the most dramatic examples that I can give to you is a young woman who is now working as a special ed teacher because she took her own experience with her ADHD. And once she got to be very confident with her ability to master her own difficulties and challenges, she took her experience and she wanted to help students who were just like her when she was growing up. And she's now instructing students like herself in your lovely state of California, my home state too. And she's knocking it out of the ballpark. She's educating the students about their strengths and about the challenges that they face, but she's also going a step further and she's educating their parents and their teachers
Mm.
so that they can better support these individuals too. So it's really been a remarkable progress to watch.
Yes, well, I'm going to make sure I let our viewers here in California know where they can get more information. Hannah, appreciate you joining us today. And to our viewers, you can discover the key strategies that unlock clarity, purpose, and profound personal power. You can find out more by heading to mytoadapp.com.